guys, welcome to the vlog. It is early, it's like 8:20. We're having breakfast. I'm trying to cook some eggs for the kids. Lately I've been waiting till Sean takes his nap to just turn on the camera because our mornings are just chaotic. But today I decided to just be crazy and just start now because there's so much that I need to fill you guys in on. After the hurricane, I feel like my whole week, like the days surrounding, like even though we didn't have any damage or anything, and like really we didn't get a storm, it just threw like my whole life out of whack. I don't know if you guys feel the same way. So we had that like last week. Then this week, Monday was Columbus Day. Today's Thursday, by the way. But Monday was Columbus Day and Joe had the day off, so it was like a weird day because he was home with us. So I didn't do school or anything. Then Tuesday, he was also home because he had like a dentist appointment. He had to go for like a procedure. So he was also home. Then yesterday was a weird day for us too because we had like a little nature hike for the kids, for that group that we meet with like once a month. So we went on a nature hike, then we did school and we got back home. So we haven't had like a normal like at home the whole day kind of day. So that's what we're gonna do today and kind of catch you guys up on things that you have missed. I bought a couple things around the house that I want to share with you guys. Riley wanted to show you guys something exciting that happened.
I lost my 3 teeth.
You lost your bottom teeth, but you lost your first front tooth yesterday. And then what is that?
And then I got $5 in $1 bills.
Wow, from who?
From the tooth fairy.
That's awesome, Mama. Yeah, she was super excited. She lost. We had been waiting, like her 2 front teeth are loose. And it's just weird that I have a kid who's missing her front tooth now. But yeah, she had been like wiggling them for the longest time, which Joe and I hate, like the wiggling of teeth. Like it's just not our thing. It's one of those things that just like creeps us out. And so she's been wiggling it there for like several weeks now. And finally it came out yesterday. How did it happen, Mama? You were playing with it?
No, I was watching Bluey on the couch.
Okay.
I was wiggling it.
So you're wiggling it. Yeah. So that was her eventful day yesterday. And then I have a crazy story to share with you guys. I've shared it on Instagram, so if you follow me, you already know what I'm talking about. But for those of you who don't, I have a crazy story to share. But let me finish the kids' like breakfast, get everybody situated, and then I'll share. Meanwhile, Sean has been over here eating his breakfast. He's got yogurt. I just mixed like a little yogurt pouch, well, yogurt with a pouch that had like fruit in it. And he's been eating that there.
Oh,
Yum.
my
Yum, good though. What are these bags of cars?
For my new friends.
What do you mean?
Oh, for random people.
For random people? Look how cute. This morning, Jackson and Riley, they were picking out some of Jackson's cars to donate. So this is like our donate pile that we're gonna take to donations. Oh, these are for Everly? That was very sweet. So Jackson has a, like a huge bin of cars. So it was nice that they sat together and they chose some to like donate. All right, I am currently trapped in the playpen with this guy. All the kids finished their breakfast. Hi, Gordo. How do you say hi? This guy, I'm trying to get him on camera. He's been standing on his own a ton. And then the other day, he took like 2 steps. So that was like the most that I've gotten him to do. Like, I know that he can do it. He's just like scared, but he took 2 steps. So I'm gonna see if I can practice with him a little bit that. Hey, buddy. Stand up. Ready? 1. Here. Let's hold the snake. Ready? 1, 2, 3. You really don't want to do it? Cool. Very cool. How do you say mama?
Papa.
No, that's not mama. I have these little flashcards that I've had since I think either Riley or Jackson. And I've been trying to go through them with him. What about this one? How do you say baby? Baby. How do you say ball? No, you don't want to say ball? And how do you say bubbles? John, where's Mama's nose? Where's Mama's nose? Do you know where's Mama's nose? Yeah, there's Mama's nose. I feel like lately he's just been picking up on a lot of things that I've been practicing with him. Look, he's like pretty much standing. But that's just what happens when I spend half of my life here in the pack and play, in the playpen, whatever. He's also just been going through a period of like supreme fussiness. And that's kind of why also like this week was thrown out of whack. Joe was home, which was actually really nice because he helped me on Monday. Monday, I thought I was gonna lose my entire mind. He was like off the chain, wild, like screaming at me since like the moment he woke up till like bedtime pretty much. It was like one of those days that by the end of the day I was like, what just happened? Why was he like this the whole day? What is that? Papa. Yeah, that's Papa. That's corn. Eat the Papa? Num num. Okay, so quickly, let me tell you the story that I wanted to share with you guys, because then I gotta put Sean down for his nap and then we gotta start school. Okay, so this past weekend, Joe got bit by our neighbor's dog. So I'm gonna include a photo here so you guys can see. But I was obviously livid. It was like the freakiest, like weirdest thing. Joe had been breaking down boxes, and so he had put them in our trash can, and he's walking on like our sidewalk to like push the trash can. And at the same time that Joe's pushing the trash can, the neighbor, like the neighbor's daughter, who's like this teenage girl, she was walking the dog on the sidewalk, and as they passed each other, the dog just like lunged at Joe. Like Joe wasn't doing anything to him, wasn't even looking at him, lunged at Joe and bit his arm. It was one of those things that was very like upsetting for so many reasons. It was very scary because my brain, of course, the first thing my brain went to was like, that could have been my kids. Like, Joe's gonna be fine. He ended up going to urgent care, they cleaned it. He had to get a tetanus shot, but overall, like, he's gonna be fine. He has antibiotics he has to take. But my brain went to like, this could have been so much worse had it been one of the kids, because it's very often that Joe like will tell the kids like, hey, I'm gonna go take out the trash, you wanna come with me? So he could have done that this time. Thank God he didn't, because that, you know, injury on Joe would have been really much worse on the kids. So it was a learning experience for everybody, but I was pissed. Like, all the Cuban in me came out. I went to the neighbor. I told him obviously like what had happened. But yeah, I went over to the neighbor because he obviously had no clue. And I told him what had happened. And he was like, he was very apologetic. He was more so like, you know, like, I don't know why my daughter decided to take out the dog. We never take out the dog. And I was trying to tell him like, if your daughter, like, clearly the daughter was trying to pull the dog on the leash, and like the dog overpowered the girl that was walking it. So I told him like, if she can't control that dog, if she doesn't know that dog well enough to know like what he's capable of, if she can't restrain him, then like she shouldn't be walking that dog. Because again, it was a totally unprovoked thing. It's not like Joe was getting in the dog's face. It's not like he was, you know, doing anything like that and the dog just decided to lunge at Joe. So he obviously felt bad, but I don't know. It's one of those really crappy situations, because I told you guys on Instagram that this happened. So many of you guys were like, did you file a police report? Did you like call the cops? And like, it's just crappy because they are our literal next door neighbors. And like, I truly don't want to have issues of that kind with my next door neighbors. So it was just not fun. But these are the same neighbors that, remember the bunny that we had in our backyard that would come and hang out with us? Like, that was their rabbit. So clearly, like, there's a pattern here of just their irresponsible pet owners. So I just have so many feelings, and I'm trying to like navigate like what to do. Thankfully, I asked them immediately, like, first of all, I didn't even know that this is like the protocol when you get bit by a dog, but first thing you need to do if you ever get bit by a dog is find out if they have their rabies vaccines like up to date. I honestly didn't even know that like that is something that you're supposed to do. So I asked them for the paperwork for the rabies, you know, proof of the rabies vaccines, and they were able to provide that. So at least the dog was like up to date on all the stuff, because that would have been really bad if he had gotten bit by like, say, just like a random dog that we didn't know who the owners were or whatever, because then he would have had to get like the rabies shots at the urgent care. There's like a whole rabies protocol if you ever get bit by a random dog and you can't, you know, figure out if they have rabies or not. And those shots, I've heard, suck so bad. I've heard those shots, like, you have to get them in the abdomen, and like, it's not fun. So at least he didn't have to deal with that. Yes, the neighbors, like, they offered to pay for the visit, like whatever, but he got bit on Saturday, you guys. And maybe it's just me like having just too high expectations, I guess. But he got bit on Saturday. The neighbors, today's Thursday, the neighbors not once have like come by, see how he's, like, asked how he's doing. Have they, like, I would have been mortified, like mortified if that had happened to me. And like, if I had a dog that bit somebody, like, I would have at the very least, like, you would think, like, the very least, like, find out how they're doing. Have not asked, have not come by. And what made things even worse is that when the dog bit Joe, Joe just kind of kept walking. And then as he kept putting like the garbage can like to the side of the house, like he started like looking at his arm, and he was like, oh, okay, like he actually like punctured skin, like this actually happened. But when the dog bit him, the girl that was walking the dog didn't stop to see how he was doing, didn't like try to find Joe, didn't apologize, didn't do anything. She just kept walking. She was with her friends. She was like 2 girlfriends of hers. Just kept on walking. And it's like, again, there's so many problems with that. Like it was a good conversation because do we need to teach, like, especially like our little kids, like it was like a whole conversation about dog safety, and like if you have little kids, you need to make sure that you're keeping your distance from dogs, because like you never know what's gonna happen. Like from animals, like dogs are animals, you need to make sure that you're keeping distance from them because you never know what's gonna happen. I know a lot of times kids too, like they get like really excited about dogs and then like they wanna like touch them, and like you can't just be touching like random dogs. Like you don't know what's gonna happen. So like teaching kids that they have to respect other people's animals for sure. But then also teaching people that like if you're gonna have a pet, pets are huge responsibilities. Dogs especially are huge responsibilities. So it's your job really to make sure that your dog is well trained. Your job to make sure that your dog is like, if you're walking your dog, make sure that you're keeping distance from little kids and other people just in general, like so that something like this doesn't happen. So it was just like a really upsetting, crappy situation. That dog, we hear him in the backyard because like we share the fence with our neighbor, and that dog's always barking out there when the kids are playing. Like the dog like is, you know, always barking at them. And so like I knew he wasn't the nicest dog, but I never thought that he would have just bit someone like that unprovoked. So now I have to be super careful. I mean, they really truly, like I've never seen that dog out of the backyard. So I'm praying that they don't like keep him outside much, like, you know, in the front yard or anything. But I have to be very vigilant now because in addition to him, like our next door neighbor, around our neighborhood, there are a lot of people that have dogs. And you guys can feel however you want to feel about dogs, but there's a lot of pit bulls in my neighborhood. Have your thoughts and opinions about that. I know it's like a very sensitive topic, but I have to be very mindful of that and vigilant because I have little kids and I do not need an accident of like a dog mauling my kid, or, you know, just because they're just triggered by some random thing. So just pray for Joseph, pray for that whole situation with my neighbor because it's not fun. And like, again, like you just never want to have issues like that with people that you have to see every day, right? Because you live next door to them. So that is my story. Thanks for those of you guys who like shared messages with me on Instagram and like were giving me tips and advice and all that stuff. So that's it. I'm gonna go put Sean to bed because it's about his nap time, and then I'll talk to you guys in a bit. This is like a piano, right? Uh-huh. So I'm gonna say a number and you're gonna point to it, okay? Number 3. Number 6. Where's 2? Where's 8? Good. So do you know what letter this is?
O.
O. Do you know what O says?
O.
Ah. It can say O or it can say ah. So no. Say O says ah.
O says ah.
Ah.
Oh.
How do we spell Jackson?
J.
Mm-hmm.
A.
Mm-hmm.
C. K. S. O. N.
Good.
Jackson.
All right, now you can try. Good, Jay. That's a better one, Jackson. Good job, buddy. All right, I just finished school with Jackson. I'm gonna start school with Riley, but while I was doing school with Jackson, Riley was building a zoo. She wants to get it on camera, her zoo. So this is what my entire life looks like, you guys.
Let's start the tour.
Let's start the tour
Of my zoo.
of your zoo. This is my entrance to my house. Sorry, we went the wrong way. Okay, cool.
Here it is, the entrance of the zoo.
This is the entrance of the zoo.
This is here's the closed side and the open side.
Okay, is it closed or is it open?
It's closed right now.
Okay. Is that a toothpick? Did you get a toothpick?
Yeah, I just got a toothpick. It's the only thing I can find.
Great, thanks. Also, I have some chairs that I ordered. Thankfully, I already know that I'm going to keep them. But otherwise, the thing says now the zoo. So imagine if I had to return that to Target. That would be great.
And then here's the ticket booth.
That's the ticket booth?
Here is Buckle's stable.
A stable
Yes,
with my couch cushions.
This is Buckle's.
Buckles.
And then that's Baby Buckles.
Cute. This is the gift shop.
The barber shop.
Wait, why? Is this a zoo? Why is there a barber shop at the zoo? This is very confusing.
We could get the animals to get their hair done.
Oh, got it. But
And
these are the things you can buy
Yes,
at the
you
gift
can
shop?
buy stuffies, you can buy some monsters, and you can buy some
Is that Bucky?
There's Bucky.
Bucky can be purchased at the gift shop. Great. And then these are the animals that we can see at the zoo. A giraffe, a bear, a snake, and some tigers. It's a great zoo, Riley.
Thank you.
These are the moments when I'm just like, there's so much mess. Like, yes, you were creative. Yes, you used your imagination. That is so fun and great. So many skills. Love it. But I made them already very aware that they need to clean all of that up. So yeah, I'm gonna do school with Riley. Even though we've had like a light week school-wise, I'm still trying to at least do some math. We'll do language arts. We'll do some reading. And that way we're not like super behind. All right, we are done with school. And before the kids go back to using this table, I want to show you the new chairs that we got. So I'm still not done. Those big boxes are the other chairs, but I switched those white upholstered chairs for these black ones. So maybe later when Joe gets home, I'll have him assemble them. Maybe it'll make it into this vlog, but I think that you kind of get the general idea of the black chairs instead of these. I'm liking that look. I feel like it's very just like trendy now. And what's even better is that it's very practical because these chairs, like the kids, you know, use this table as like their homeschool table, their arts and crafts table. So these chairs were disgusting. I'll show you because we're friends, but this is gonna be a lot easier to keep clean with the kids. Even though these chairs don't look horrendous from far away, like up close, and that's what I have washed and like steam cleaned and stuff. Like these chairs a million times with the upholster, cleaner, whatever. They're still like this was actually one of the better chairs and it's still horrendous, but they just get so much use, and then the kids do stuff like paint and then they get destroyed. So I'm getting rid of these, and I think that that's gonna make my life so much easier. Hello, these kids are like hiding under the table. So yeah, I think that's gonna be a much better look and just more practical, like I said. But I ordered the 6 chairs. I had ordered 2 first just to make sure that I like them, and then I ordered the rest. But it was good because they're from Target, and I'll link them for you guys. But they're normally like $100 each, and they had a sale for $80 each. So like I got them at a pretty decent price, I think. So that's one of the little changes that we've made here. And then I showed you guys the gold fixtures the other day in the kitchen. And so what I'm thinking is that now that that is gold, like I'm probably gonna get a gold like light fixture here to kind of tie in some of the gold, so it'll be like just a little bit warmer. And I think that that's like the direction I want to go in. The other thing that we got that has been such a huge hit in this house, you guys, when Prime was having like a sale, this was like Joe's, I don't know, impulse buy, but it actually turned out to be a good one. It's like one of those little ice makers, like the little nugget ice makers. Obviously not like the expensive branded one, but this was like a knockoff one. So this is something new that the kids have been loving, like just filling up little cups of ice. And then it was just very practical too, because the kids used to get a bunch of crushed ice from the fridge, and then it would all drop to the floor and I'd have like puddles of water all over the place. So if your kids are into like crushed ice like that, or you yourself, you like the crushed ice with the drinks, like I've been enjoying making my like just like my ginger ale with like the cute like pebble ice. Just one of those little things that has brought some joy into our lives, into the house. But yeah, Joe was like, can we buy one of these? And I was like, okay. It was one of those things where I was like, do we need it? No, but I'm not gonna fight you on it. And then it turned out to have been like a really good decision. Yeah, I'm gonna do some more cleaning up because this is the state of the counter with the kids with their Legos. I'm gonna do some cleaning up. I just finished working on my devotional, so at least I got to that today. I've got all these book stacks all over my house. I think Sean is about to wake up. I saw him moving, but I'm gonna not go get him until he's actually like awake. We're still reading our Little House in the Big Woods. We've got a little bit to go, so maybe we'll do some of that today. How's it going, Jackson?
Good.
What have you been doing today?
Playing zoo.
Playing zoo? And what was your job at the zoo? Who did you have to pretend to be?
A customer.
A customer. What was your favorite animal that you saw?
The snake.
You like the snake? Found another match, Jackson?
Yeah.
Good.
Another match.
All right, you guys, look, there are mushrooms in my plant. This plant is not doing well because mushrooms keep popping up. But then I read sometimes that mushrooms are good. You want to see the mushroom, Riley?
Yeah.
Look, see in the plant, there's a mushroom in there growing.
What?
See that?
Why is there so much?
I don't know, but this is what happens. I took care, I've been taking care of this plant. The other day I found big mushrooms, but I guess I need to get some new soil, but I just don't have any. What do you think of that mushroom, Jackson?
Yeah.
That's crazy, right?
Wait, maybe it's a mushroom soil.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to like get some new soil, but I don't have any, so for now I'm just gonna take it out, give this thing some water. But I do think it's been affecting it in some way because this plant has not been thriving as much as it has in the past. So let's give this plant a little TLC and see if I can make it happier. Found a piece?
Yeah, I found it.
Good. Alright guys, it is much later. It's like 3 o'clock and it has been just like a doozy of a day. I have been like in a funk this afternoon. We did school and then I've had like no energy. Sean has been off the chain, has not really let me leave the pack and play area. I took him for a second nap. He did not do a second nap, so I was just like not feeling it today, honestly. So I skipped my coffee this morning, which was probably the source of all of my problems today. So I'm gonna have an afternoon coffee and hopefully this will get me through until Joe gets home from work. Like even on a good day, this is the time of day where like just my energy starts dropping and I start fading away. So on a day where it just was extra difficult, it's just hard right now. Riley and Jackson are underneath the high chair.
No, it's not Jackson.
Oh, sorry, I called him Jackson. His name is Sean. Hi, Sean. And they're playing with a very annoying toy, but he likes that.
Yeah.
He seems to be very happy at the moment. Jackson, what have you been doing? Jackson was playing with magnet tiles. What'd you make? What's that one?
Probably a little crown.
It's very cool. The kids have actually played super well. Like, even though I've been having a day, like, he's been playing with magnet tiles. They also had taken out a bunch of different stuff, like puzzle games and stuff that they were doing. Jackson was doing this one with the shapes that he, like, you know, stacks all the shapes in order. He even did this game that has, like, a bunch of cards, and then he has to, like, make them in that shape. Riley did multiple puzzles. I think she's on her 3rd puzzle. And then Jackson also was playing with his ABC train. I think he played with the resources today. He did one of these little puzzles. Like, all the things. They've been doing a great job. And then Riley today, the book she had to read to me was this one, which was really cute, about a fox that goes searching for this, like, very beautiful flower called the golden glow. And then she drew a picture of a golden glow here. So that was, like, her little nature art activity because I had no energy, but that was enough school for us today. Oh, good job, buddy. Like, he's very into anything like this. Like, that's why, like, the Legos are always out, because if he can build it or put it together, he's really good at, like, looking at something and then copying it, which I think is a great skill for him. Riley, please be careful with Sean. Oh, Riley also wrote this for us super nicely here on the refrigerator with the magnet letters. Son Michael, why are you not sleeping?
He's like very mad today.
Yeah, he's like extra mad today, that's for sure. Okay, I need to make my coffee, sir. I need to heat it up. Hi. How do you say dada? He's been looking for Joe the whole day. It's been so funny. He keeps saying dada, dada. How do you say dada? Can you say dada? No? Not now? Okay, cool. Let me see. Show me. Alright, let's go. So it is obviously much later. It is now 9:45 at night. So I wasn't expecting on like having an adventure today, but we ended up, like, I think I included some clips, we ended up taking Riley to Dollar Tree because that's all she had been wanting to do since she got her Tooth Fairy money. So we went to Dollar Tree. The kids picked out, like, Riley got 3 things. She was so nice. She shared her money with Jackson, so like he got to pick out 2 things. We rounded up, like we paid the difference. We were like, you get 3 things, he can get 2 things. But it was like a cute little family moment. And then I really, since I was just like in a funk like the second half of the day, I really didn't feel like cooking. So Joe was very kind and took us to dinner, and we went to this cute place called Cien Montaditos, and we hadn't been there, and Joe was like, why have you never brought me here? It was delicious. And I failed because I didn't even get clips of like what we actually ate other than the churros, which were amazing. But what you eat there, like they have other things, but like they're like little mini sandwiches, so you can pick from 100 different little sandwiches. Like the ones that I got were like serrano ham, and then it was like goat cheese. The other one was some serrano ham and I think just mozzarella and pesto. It was bomb. It was so good. So I didn't get footage of the sandwiches, I'm sorry, but they were delicious. So it ended up being a really nice just family evening, like literally just what I needed to turn my day around. So I was very grateful for that because again, my day was just like kind of going downhill and I wasn't feeling great. I've been having, I think I kind of shared a little bit in my postpartum update that I posted the other day. I've been having just like some health issues and I just don't feel right, and I feel like there's something wrong, and I feel like always like bloated, and I feel like, I don't know, there's like, it's kind of like I feel like I'm about to get my period, but I feel that way like all the time, and I then don't get my period. So it's just annoying, like there's something up. So I actually have a doctor's appointment on Tuesday. Hopefully the doctor will be able to tell me something, because I don't like feeling like this, and then I have like zero energy, and I don't know, I just feel off. So I hope that this whole video wasn't super weird, but there's just been lots going on like always, and I'm just so grateful that you guys hung out with me today. I'm gonna literally just like wash my face now, get in my jammies, and then Joe is downstairs. He's playing like this video game that he wanted to play. He's like, what do you want to do? Do you want to watch a show? I'm like, I actually need just to decompress. I'm gonna catch up on my boundaries book. Then I need to finish reading because my friend loaned it to me. Like she let me, you know, she lent it to me. And I hate when I have people's things for like super long, like a long time. It gives me anxiety. So I need to finish it so I can give it back to her. So yeah, I'm gonna read that and just relax. And that way Joe got a little bit of him time and whatever. So that is it, you guys. Thanks for catching up with me. I'm so glad I got to share with you guys the story about Joe's dog bite. Like that's just, again, such a wild story. So remember that, just, you know, be careful. Things can happen. And I just say that more so like as a mama bear, like as, like, especially for people that have kids, like watch out, be careful with your kids, because like, I swear if that had happened to my kid, like if it wasn't just Joe, like obviously I was mad enough that it was Joe, but had it been my kids, whew, like would have been a totally different conversation. So yes, I love you guys. I hope you guys are doing great. Thanks for watching today's video, hanging with me, and I will see you guys very soon in my next video. Bye guys.